Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I am here to talk to you guys about this really interesting, I don't know if you want to call it a beef. Let's say it's a disagreement. Let's keep it polite. It's an interesting thing between Neil deGrasse Tyson and Elon Musk. And I saw this kind of happen, and I thought it was interesting. I have perspectives on both guys. I like Neil more than I like Elon. Neil seems like a decent brother. He seemed like a great guy to have a conversation with. Elon, I don't know. Elon just, maybe he's got the whole Asperger's thing going on and whatnot, but he's pretty good at making money. And I'm also interested in AI and robots. But anyway, so Neil deGrasse Tyson went on to the Bill Maher show this week, and he made a comment about Musk and his plans to colonize Mars. And in this conversation, which is on the Bill Maher show, which I guess you could say it leans liberal, although it can kind of go back and forth. Bill Maher is not a stupid man, so he has opinions that are all over the place. And he kind of said something. I'm going to try to find the clip and just play it for you guys. Do me a favor also. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a quick yes in the chat if you can hear me okay. Let me know if my audio is good. And also, as you give me a yes to let me know the audio is good. Also, just know that this podcast is on Spotify. So if you go to Spotify, look up Boyce Watkins and look up the Dr. Boyce Breakdown. That's my podcast on Spotify. And also, I have a stock market podcast. You guys know my doctorate's in finance. And so I do something called Dr. Boyce Daily Stock Market, where I give you breakdowns of what's happening in the stock market. Okay, so thank you, Aubrey Smoke and Randall, Carolyn, Eric, I see you. All right, so and also toward the end, don't let me forget, I'll give you guys a profit alert in terms of a way that I believe you can actually make money. My goal is to see you wealthier and healthier and more successful in your life. The stock market's doing great. That's where we're going to build our Black wealth, and we're going to make ourselves great again. So anyway, with that being said, let me pull up the clip here. I'm going to try to play this. It's on my Instagram. I don't know who this guy is on the video. Let's just call him Random White Boy. But he dropped some interesting knowledge in terms of this back and forth between deGrasse Tyson and Musk. And I'm going to try to play this. So give me a quick yes. Let me know if you can hear it. Y'all know how I get with the technology sometimes. Sometimes I hit the wrong button or something. So here we go. Let me pull it up. All right. Hopefully this is under the fair use stuff or whatever. But here it is. Let me hit the button, make sure I do this right. Here we go.
News. Celebrity astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson is getting roasted after discussing Elon Musk's vision for a multiplanetary species.
How soon could Elon Musk realistically send humans to Mars? Another good question. I have strong views on that. My read of the history of space exploration is such that we do big, expensive things only when it's geopolitically expedient, such as we feel threatened by an enemy. And so for him to just say, let's go to Mars because it's the next thing to do, what does that venture capitalist meeting look like? So, Elon, what do you want to do? I want to go to Mars. How much will it cost? $1 trillion. Is it safe? No, people will probably die. What's the return on the investment? Nothing. That's a 5-minute meeting and it doesn't happen.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. There's a little more that you can find on my page, which is Dr. Boyce Finance. That's my Instagram page. Since I want to keep this as a short, I want to really make this into maybe a 10-minute meeting because my wife's a therapist and she has a client in a few minutes and we're in a hotel. So I got to get the hell out of here. So, but what I wanted to do was kind of come in and talk about this. So first off, I want to premise this by saying that I love Neil deGrasse Tyson. I like him more than I like Elon Musk. Both of these guys, I think, are smart guys. Both of these guys, in my opinion, are people you can learn from. And also, remember, I told you guys in terms of Musk and what he's doing in the government, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. I was talking to you guys about stocks you can buy, cryptos you can buy, things that were going to benefit financially as a result of Trump winning the White House. A lot of you made those moves. A lot of you have money. I'm happy for you. I had to talk to a Black business school student yesterday who told me, and I'm not making this up, she said, I made $141,000 in the last 3 or 4 days. And I was extremely ecstatic about that because I love to see when y'all are getting money. That's what I really want for you. Now, with that said, here's what I heard with Neil deGrasse Tyson's remarks. He basically seemed to feel that because the trip to Mars was expensive, that it would be cost prohibitive to do that without governments feeling some sort of need to address some big important issue by spending the $1 trillion it's going to cost to get there. That's absolutely correct. That's true. Sometimes if the government has the will to do something, that is what allows that thing to get done. I saw Tyson do some really great testimony in front of Congress where he was trying to increase some tax by half a penny or increase NASA's percentage of the budget from 0.5% to 1%, or it was something like that. It was a really simple campaign. I don't know if it succeeded. I don't think NASA has gotten the funding it deserves. And I think there are a lot of people from Degrasse Tyson's generation. He's a little bit older than Elon. People from his generation feel disappointed by NASA. I know I do. I think I don't understand. I really still, to this day, to be honest with you, I still don't understand how it is that we took some raggedy, tin can to the moon, in 1968, and somehow we can't do it right now. Like, I really thought that by now we would have like moon hotels. I'd be visiting my cousin on the moon. Your cousin Pookie live in the moon. Yeah, he live on the side where the projects is at. You know what I mean? Like, I thought there would be like black neighborhoods on the moon and like a Chinatown on the moon and like, I don't know, Black Lives Matter rallies on the moon. I did not know. I had no idea that it was going to really take this long for us to go back. And now when they talk about it like it's going to be this really long, difficult project, and I don't understand that. Now, with that being said, first off, let me stop for a minute. Jamal says, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Let me know if I'm coming through clearly, because he says he can't hear me, and I want to make sure everyone else can, or if it's me or if it's him. So give me a yes in the chat if you can hear. I just want to make sure it's coming through okay. All right, so the dark side of the moon, that's funny. All right, so as you guys tell me if you can hear or not. Okay, thank you, Nika and Robin. I appreciate my mama's name is Robin. God bless you, Robin. All right, so that's the first thing, right? I was disappointed. I'm like Neil. I agree with him. I like him. I think he's right on a lot of things. I love what he says about science and everything else. But here's where I got to get off the bus. Neil is an astrophysicist. He's not a venture capitalist. Neil knows science. I don't know if he knows business as well as he knows science. I'm sure he knows something about business because he's a smart man. But Elon Musk is a rich man, right? So Neil is a smart man. That's the guy I would call if I want to understand how the universe works and how long it would take our fastest rocket ship to arrive to Alpha Centauri or something like that, right? Or by the way, it would take 1.7 billion years for our fastest ship to go across the Milky Way. That's how crazy it is. And our fastest ship goes about 450,000 miles an hour. That's how big the universe is. So I would talk to Neil if I needed to know something like that. But if I need to learn how to get that bread and make that money and raise the capital and do things that are impossible from a business tech standpoint, I would want to talk to Elon Musk, because Elon Musk, as much as you like him or dislike him, the man has done things that were previously considered impossible. Reusable rockets were considered impossible. Forming an automobile manufacturer in the modern era was considered impossible. Doing what he's doing right now, he's kind of conquered the White House. Honestly, that would have been seen as impossible. So this man's done some things, right? He knows how to get things done. He knows how to execute, whether you like him or not. Now, with that said, here's where I think Degrasse Tyson should reconsider his position. He makes the assumption that in a venture capital meeting, if you're trying to get investors to invest in going to Mars or just going to space, period, and eventually getting to Mars, that there's not a lot of money to be made. That is not true. Let me just give you a list of ways that you can actually make money going to space. First off, there's something called space tourism. That right there is a multi-billion, if not $1 trillion industry. A lot of people, if they believe that it's safe, would love to take a little trip to outer space, or go in a low Earth orbit, or maybe they'll have space hotels. And they've talked about, or maybe if you could take a little 4-day family trip to the moon or something. I mean, how crazy would that be? You spend 3 days traveling and you spend a week there in some little moon hotel, and then you come home. That's a long way down the road, but there are lots of things that we're doing right now that were a long way down the road in 1989, that people were talking about these things in 1979, and they're happening in 2024. Resource extraction. There are a lot of these asteroids have a lot of valuable resources and a lot of rare earth metals that are on there. Like, there are asteroids made out of diamonds and all the kinds of crazy stuff. So mining asteroids, that's a multi-billion, if not multi-trillion-dollar industry. Satellites. SpaceX, Elon Musk's company, has already made billions of dollars shooting satellites into the sky. That company, I think, is valued at over $200 billion or close to it. When he goes public with SpaceX, I will be buying stock in this company. and this company is going to make an insane and ridiculous amount of money. There's technology that will be developed going to Mars. You can license that technology and make money from that. You develop these proprietary technologies and, life support, habitat stuff, whatever, and you're able to license that to governments and to companies, things like that. You have lots of manufacturing that can be done in zero gravity, like making advanced semiconductors or certain drugs, believe it or not, that can only be made in zero gravity. You have entertainment. Entertainment will be huge, right? Just imagine a live stream with a subscription. Right? You got 20 million people that pay $5 a month to watch some Mars live stream, right? You're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars a month being made, billions of dollars a year in revenue just from entertainment. There's research contracts with governments, there's sponsorships. Companies want to get their logo on your live stream that you're doing from Mars. So there's a ton of money to be made going to Mars. And so I think that Elon, for him, or Neil, I think that for Neil to make that remark on Bill Maher was really an L for him. I like Neil, and I say this, with complete respect, because I just think this brother's smart. I've always liked him. He's cool. He's more mainstream than I'll ever be, because I'll tell you the truth about white folks. He can't really talk about white folks like that, but I can. I can tell you what racism really looks like, and I'm not afraid to do that, and that comes with a price. But at the same time, though, I have no problem with those who are in the mainstream who are doing good work, and I think Neil is doing excellent work. But this was not his lane. This was a mistake. He said this wrong, and this is not true. And I thought it would be an interesting financial lesson for those of you that I invited in to participate in this discussion, because one of the reasons I want you guys to teach wealth to your kids is because if you teach wealth to your children and you teach them how to start businesses and how to produce products and how to monetize, they can monetize anything. You can monetize damn near anything. And so what will happen is, and I want you to pay attention now, listen to me, let me know if you've ever had these conversations where people will make you think that you have two choices. You can either choose a career that follows your passion, or you can choose a career that follows the money. Well, whose money are you following? The reason that you have to make a choice, the reason it has to be either or, is because you don't know how to create the money. But if you know how to create the money, then it doesn't have to be either or. It can be both and. You can say, I'm choosing a career that follows my passion because I know how to monetize my passion. Do you understand? So if I'm passionate, if I'm, Elon Musk and I'm passionate about going to Mars, well, guess what the hell this brother did? I'm not going to say brother. He's not my brother, but Neil is my brother. Elon is just this weirdo. But guess what Neil did? Neil monetized his passion. He monetized his desire to go to Mars. While he's working to go to Mars, he has also simultaneously used all of the rules that we teach kids in the Black Business School, the STURDY model, systems, technology, entrepreneurship, relationships, and delegation. He's used systematic thinking to simultaneously turn himself into the richest man on the freaking planet, which therefore gives him more financial fuel to pursue his passion, like buying Twitter and taking over the White House. So do y'all understand let me just do a quick pulse check real quick. Do y'all understand why this is a financial lesson on how money is power? Do y'all get the connection here? Do you understand that if you teach your kids to monetize, they can pursue their passion, make money pursuing their passion, and then use the money to further pursue their passion. So it becomes a self-feeding process. Do you follow what I'm saying? Elon Musk went out and his passion was, I'm going to go take the White House. He invested probably, I don't know, $500 million taking the White House and then made $10 billion doing it. Don't get mad at the player, get mad at the game. And don't get mad at the game, get mad at yourself for not playing the damn game and not learning how the game works. I'm not telling you to go be a Republican like Elon Musk. I'm not telling you to be Elon. I'm not telling you that he's a good guy. I'm telling you that all of our children can learn these same rules. Imagine if Neil deGrasse Tyson had the financial acumen of an Elon Musk. Imagine if Tyson had his scientific and technical capability combined with advanced knowledge and understanding of economic systems. Then he wouldn't have to ask the government to add to the NASA budget. He could do it himself. Give me a yes if you got the lesson for today. Let me know if y'all heard what I was saying today. I need y'all to hear this. And I definitely, if you don't want to hear it, I need your kids to hear it, because I'm tired of our kids complaining about limited options when nobody ever taught them how to create an option. An opportunity is something not just that you can pursue. An opportunity is something you could create for yourself. Opportunities are like food. If massa ain't feeding you right, you need to learn how to cook. I want our kids cooking. So in the words of the rapper Glorilla, we need to let them cook. If you don't know that reference, then go listen up to the song. It's a good song. Shout out to Glorilla and all that ratchet music they're putting on the radio now. But anyway, guys, I'm done. Thank you guys for listening. I'm going to go because my wife needs me to get out of the hotel room. As I mentioned, the profit alert, here it is. What I'm going to do is share with you all. I have a list of cryptos. I don't know if did you guys get the list of cryptos taken off? I think investing in crypto is one of the best things you can do for yourself right now. So you guys asked me what cryptos I'm invested in. Well, here in the chat is a list of the cryptos that I'm invested in. And also I'll try to put it in the description of this video. And then also here, let's see here. Let me find another thing that I shared. Here we go. I mentioned nuclear energy. With AI kind of emerging, nuclear power is going to be really important for powering up these data centers. Data centers are going to be a multi-billion, if not multi-trillion-dollar industry. So here's how you can get your family invested in some of that. So here's a list of some stocks that are connected to nuclear power that I think you may want to take a look at. And also don't forget that tomorrow we are going to have Money in the Morning. We do economic consciousness training or economic elevation every morning at 10 a.m. It's it's basically a free financial literacy training on the art of economic elevation that I do every morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you haven't been invited, text the word morning to your phone to the number 87948. And I will send you a link to join us tomorrow morning. Text morning to 87948. And then also our Black Wealth Mastery store is doing 50% off tomorrow for anybody that wants to get copies of our books or our financial flashcards for kids or our financial workbooks for kids or anything like that. So that'll be tomorrow for 24 hours only, just kind of a Black Friday thing. So if you go to drboycebooks.com, you can take a look and see what we have there. If you're into Black wealth, if you're into generational wealth, if you're into investing, things like that, we believe that wealth is the most important thing for our people to learn for this generation and beyond. And we're doing it. We're training millions of people, and I'd love to support you too. So God bless you guys. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening. And once again, shout out to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Love this guy. I think he's brilliant. Love him. Just next time we bring up venture capital, I would encourage you to kind of think a little bit more broadly about your response. I like the way he was. I actually agree with him immensely when Terrence, I don't know if y'all remember that Terrence Howard sent him a research paper where he was claiming that he had reinvented mathematics and that 1 times 1 isn't 1. 1 times 1 is actually 2. And Neil was very polite and went through the paper and marked it up with red ink, which to me was a tremendous sign of respect, because I wouldn't have marked it with red ink. I probably would have thrown it in the trash, because I'm sorry, I don't think that being the star of a TV show makes you qualified to reinvent thousands of years of mathematics and physics and whatever the hell else what he was smoking told him to do. Because I don't get me wrong, I don't think Terrence is a dumb guy. I think Terrence is very smart. But if I tried to go into his lane and suddenly claim myself to be an Academy Award winning, a Yale trained actor or whatever, like, he would probably make fun of me. And I think that was kind of disrespectful for him to do that. But I think it was really surprising. And it showed Neil's character that he actually took the time to even show some degree of respect for what Terrence had written. But I wouldn't have done that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have thrown it in the garbage. Come on, man. This is goofy. It makes you look kind of silly right now. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I need to stop because people get mad when you talk about their celebrities. But sometimes nonsense is nonsense, and you can't call it anything other than that. So anyway, guys, have a good day. God bless you. Maybe I'll see you guys in class tomorrow. And drboycebooks.com. You can go there and check out the stuff we have there. Have a great day, everybody. See you soon. Peace.